Thanks, Megan. I don't have a whole lot of time here, so we're going to go ahead and haul patootie. I'm going to talk about Azure Edition. I'm going to talk about SMB over QUIC. I'm going to give you not one, but two demonstrations. And hopefully when we're all done here, you will be raring to go on this brand new feature. What is Azure Edition? You've probably heard about it by now. Windows Server 2022 Data Center. Azure Edition is a new edition of Windows Server. It contains the latest hybrid and compute features. It runs only on Azure Cloud or on Azure Stack HCI 21H2. And it is the best Windows Server VM. Why? It contains Data Center, everything you put into Data Center, and then additional features on top of that, and then tied to the Azure Auto Managed service for additional operational excellence. So what's in it, you're asking yourself? Well, one is Hot Patch. Hot Patch is what it sounds like. Get security updates and not reboot. You will only reboot a few times a year with this feature. And then eventually we hope, maybe once or twice or never. Azure Extended Network. This feature is something that we're going to talk about at the end of this presentation with Greg Cusanza. And then SMB over QUIC. This is me. SMB, you all know, is just the way that Windows copies files, does fabrics. It's one of the core protocols of Windows Server. SMB over QUIC is saying, instead of using RDMA or TCP, what if we instead use the QUIC protocol? What is the QUIC protocol? It's a UDP-based, always encrypted with TLS 1.3 protocol that acts, in this case, with SMB like a built-in VPN. It's the basis of other applications like HTTP3 and some other DNS. But the goal here is to say SMB can operate safely at the edge over untrusted networks like the internet into Azure or into your on-prem at the edge on top of an Azure Stack HCI platform from Windows 11 and from others. What are others? That's mysterious. Let's see that in a second. This means telecommuters, mobile users, hybrid users, and very, very high security postured users, even internal to your network, can safely use SMB on a network you just don't trust. Because there's no authentication. The SMB itself never goes on the wire. It is always inside this encrypted transport protocol. So that's fine. Let me demonstrate. You're probably thinking to yourself, this is going to be complicated for users. It's going to change the experience. It is the opposite. Okay, so here's my user logged into her laptop. She has a drive mapped to this editor share. Open that up. I'm inside. She's inside the building right now. She's on corporate network. The organizational network. She finds a folder there. She's opening up a document. It's this book that she's editing. She works at a publishing house. I'll let this load up. And it's a nice coffee table book about some very attractive dogs by some guy. Okay, so that's the normal experience today, right? Now let's see this user go across the street to a coffee house where she's no longer able to do SMB over TCP 445 because it's blocked by the firewall like normal. Got my share still. That seems to be going fine. It's not going fine. I click on it, nothing happens. What about if I go and just try to open it from Word? It's trying to open up the share as well. Word's going to take its time and eventually also throw an error. Yeah. All right, so I'm now in Windows Admin Center as an administrator, a file server administrator. I've got my server on the edge network, and I'm going to configure SMB over QUIC. And just don't blink because you're going to miss this. It's really quick and easy. So I'm going to open up file server settings. Got all these types of things to configure for file server, but down here I have SMB over QUIC, so I'll click on configure. Notice here I've got some certificates to pick from. I've already added some to this machine. I'm going to pick one that I know is valid and select which names I want to be exposed for people to connect to this server. Notice that we are configuring Kerberos through the KDC proxy for you. Go ahead and click enable. Give this a second. And there you go. It's all configured. Let's get back to our user. Round 2, Megan is enjoying a latte. Let's try and open up this share. Notice I haven't touched anything for the user. Oh, it's working. The user didn't get any sort of like extra prompts or like, oh, we're using QUIC now. Are you sure you want to use QUIC? Like, try to make this as easy and as transparent as possible. Open up that share. Get back to that coffee table book. Load it right back up. And there it is. Excellent. As simple as that. So that was pretty slick, right? Seeing Windows 11 doing this, but I have a surprise for you that no one's ever seen before until now. So without further ado, SMB over QUIC with Android phone from our partners at Visuality Systems.
Hello, my name is Joe Barry, and I am a team member of the Visuality Systems R&D department. Visuality Systems is regarded as the world leader in providing commercial SMB client and server libraries implemented in C and Java for embedded, storage, IoT, as well as web and mobile applications. Today, we will show an Android file manager demo application that utilizes the SMB protocol over QUIC to browse via the internet a Windows 2022 server that resides on the Azure cloud. Using our library, an Android device is able to use SMB over TCP and SMB over QUIC. Okay, so let's get started with the demo. On the left side, we see my Android device being mirrored on the screen, while on the right side, we are connected via remote desktop to a Windows 2022 server running on the Azure platform. Let's run our file manager application. We'll press on the Docs icon, and we will note that there are no documents to find. So let's go to the network icon. And we'll see there we also have no networks defined, so we're going to create a connection. Here we see our Azure connection that we want to connect to. And oops, we failed to connect. This is because we're running on TCP only. So now we're going to add SMB over QUIC, and we're going to connect again. Note on the right side, suddenly we're going to see lots of QUIC packets, and this indicates that we are able to talk to Azure. And now we're going to go to the dashboard screen, and from there we're going to go to document category, which will show all documents on all the shares that we have discovered. The first file is a text file. Let's open it up and see what's inside. We'll choose the text viewer, and now we see the contents of the file. Let's go back, and now we're going to do a search for video files. Here we have found one file, and let's open it up and let's play the video. Note that we are streaming the video and we are not downloading the video before we're playing it. Through the demo just shown, we can all see that SMB over QUIC will shortly become a revolutionary feature that eliminates the need for requiring VPN connectivity to a remote site. File sharing becomes easier to implement and use. Thank you for watching our demonstration.
For more information on SMB over QUIC, visit aka.ms/SMB over QUIC. Hope you enjoyed these demonstrations and are interested in this new scenario and new sets of features. I'm going to now throw over to Greg Kusanza, who's going to talk about and demonstrate Azure Extended Networking. Take it away, Greg.